19th of March 1989. Welcome to Hull for the League Championship game between Rovers and Salford. Rovers down near the bottom of the table in dire straits, fighting for survival in the First Division. Salford, who've also been having a leaps abound, came back with a little bit of form on Tuesday by beating St Helens, who were suffering the after effects of a hard cup tie against Widnes. Salford just about saved the bacon last Tuesday, and with the state of the league at the moment, with a win today, could perhaps finish up in the top 8. Teams for this afternoon: Rovers at number 1, Fairburn at number 2, Sullivan, 3 Lydiate, 4 Fletcher and 5 Hallis. The half-back 6 Parker and 7 Bishop. 8 Armstrong, 9 Watkinson, 10 Porter, 11 Harrison, 12 O'Brien, 13 Miller, and the substitutes Robinson and Beale. The Salford team: 1 Gibson, 2 Evans, 3 Bragger, 4 Williams and 5 Hadley, 6 Kerry, 7 Kearns, 8 Herbert, 9 McTeague, 10 Brown, 11 Mercer, 12 Lees, 13 Horo, and the Salford substitutes Bentley and Burgess. Salford having won the toss. The Rovers from left to right to start the game. Referee sorting it out with his touch judges, waves the game on. Trapped. Not very cleanly, but Salford with possession in their own 25. McTeague from acting half-back, driving his way forward, clearing the 25 line. Probably be flung back to Williams. Williams left-footed. Long kick, not going for touch, coming to George Fairburn at full-back. Little dummy. Rovers back on their own 25. Forwards having to do the graft as they... Brown going in very quickly into the tattle. Rovers now trying to find them. Can't hold the ball. Loose, and Salford gratefully drop on it. Salford now in a good attacking position. Kerry waiting, attacked in half-back. Moves it across. And then Brown manages to get it out. Salford driving hard over the 25 line. Coming hard onto the ball. Salford in an unusual strip today as Kearns trying to get his team moving. Pressure at the moment, all coming from Salford. Brown gets it back onto Kearns. Kearns a short one. And Salford over. Early points to Salford. Kerry, 2 tries to his credit on Tuesday. In the very early minutes, only 2 minutes. Kerry putting Salford into a very early 4-0 lead. And this should be a simple goal kick. Scored a lot of points when he was playing for Preston Grasshoppers. Set it up well, and Kerry alert and alive, finish well. Kerry now with his kick after his own try, hoists it high and over, and so it's 6-0. Hull KR 0, Salford 6. Rovers once more to kick off, giving possession back probably to Salford. Evans made a bit of a mess of it there. It bounced to and fro off his feet. Salford have been rather vulnerable when the other team have been kicking off latterly. Now back in their own 25, leaving the grafting work to the forwards. Lining up ready for the kick. It's flung back for Williams. Once again, Williams belts it down the field. Fairburn going across for it. Manages to keep it in play. Knocks it back. Stumbles. Dummying to come inside and caught 10 yards out from his own line. The Salford line moving up very quickly. Once again, Rovers are pushed back and are struggling inside their own 25. McTee coming in hard into the tackle. Does a lot of grafting work for Salford. Salford lying up close and coming in quickly. Flung back for the kick. Been charged down. Bishop having to go back for it. Right in front of his own post. Buried. Touch judge and the referee having a word with Brown, saying gone in with the forearm, so a bit of a relief for Rovers. They get a penalty 10 yards out, right in front of their own post. Kicked from the ground then. Fletcher finding a good touch. Rovers now coming out. Oh, beautiful break by Rovers, coming steamed up to the halfway line. Got plenty of support. Gibson comes across, defects the tackle. That was a lovely clean break by Rovers. Now they're hot on the attack as they're spreading the ball across the field. And they were lucky there. That ball nearly bounced away from Harrison. He managed to hang on to it. Rovers now turning on. Nice break there. And it's been dropped. Ball's loose. Still on the floor. Referee will give the knock on. Lydiot unable to hang on to the ball. Rovers have swapped the centres over. Number 4. Ball shoots out the side of the scrum. Referee will want it in again. We have Lydiot playing at right centre and Fletcher at left centre according to the numbers. As Kearns feeds. Kearns is going to get, and it goes straight through the scrum. Rovers have it. Glad to get hold of that. Miller making a strong run, hands it on. O'Brien, Bryan taking them with him, coming hard onto that ball. Bit more life now, and the acting half-back's not ready. Ball's loose on the floor, referee says play on. As Porter tries to crash his way through. Bit of untidy, scrappy play there, round to play the ball. Rovers weren't ready for it. Now they're moving it along the line, and once again it's tight in the forwards and stitched up. Watkinson coming over from behind to play the ball. Long pass. Slipped back. 5 tackles gone, says the referee, as Watkinson comes over to act in half-back. Bishop dummies to kick, gets it moving onto Armstrong. A long pass, the ball's been dropped and knocked on. The referee will probably give the turnover. It was knocked on the 6 tackle, so McTighe comes up to play the ball. Wild pass from Brown, rolls along the floor onto Kearns. And that was not good play by Salford. Ball's gone loose, but it's gone back. Referee lets the play continue. The advantage comes to Salford. Salford having knocked the ball back. Rovers compiling in over on the far side of the field. Loud shrill on the whistle from the referee. Having a word. The fence in the tackle. Penalty to Salford. Peter Williams left-footed, long kick. Touch judge marks it on the halfway line. As McTighe comes up to start the Salford move. Salford going across the field, not penetrating, not coming hard onto it at the moment. Now Brown decides he's going to come hard and straight sets the ball very nicely. Turned inside, Bishop's in there to take his man, but he bounces down like an India rubber ball. Kearns coming over to the acting half-back position. Kearns running through from acting half-back, dummying, lost his own players as Blease was very, very close to him. Blease has it on inside, switched back inside by Brown. Herbert hands it on, and Salford nice into passing at the moment. Get it over the 25 line as Kearns coming up. Long passing, trying to set little overhead kick by Kerry, being chased by the Salford back. Rolls away from them and hacked into touch, so we'll scrum down 10 yards out from the Rovers line. Should be Bishop to feed. Referee on the narrow side of the field. Probably trying to keep his eye on the backs that they're staying on side as Bishop comes over, back wheeling all over the place, very, very untidy. Referee will order a re-scrum, and he's given a penalty. Penalty to Rovers, relief for them as they spent a lot of time in this opening 10 minutes in their own 25. Rovers on the 25, forwards ploughing in, coming in hard, a good driving run, it's 15 yards of ground. As Porter came strongly onto that short pass, Rovers playing it tight in the forwards. O'Brien trying to charge his way through, can't break them. Bit of a dummy from behind to play the ball, and Salford push Rovers back in possession. Switch of direction onto Bishop. Bishop moving it. Well, the ball's been knocked down. They're brought back for the knock-on. Once again, it will be Bishop to feed. Referee Street from Barrow wanting to keep the packs apart until he's ready for them. Forwards meet hard. Sticking in the pack. Bishop having to go in for it. Throws a none-too-good pass out to Parker. Parker running wide. Fairburn linking up almost up to the halfway line before he swung round and down. Salford coming in very quickly, smothering Hull KR, stopping them from moving. Long wide pass stretches them a little bit. It's still tight in the forwards. As Armstrong goes down, not denting the Salford defence. Good run by Miller, taking a good strong run by Miller. Watkinson waiting behind to play the ball. And Hull KR just moving across from one side to the other as Bishop now comes up to act in half Bishop. Kicked through by Parker, a good long, oh, he just missed it, just over the touchline, so it will be ball back on the sixth tattle, so it will be Salford to play. McTighe waiting. McTighe looking for support, he has to go on his own. A little bit slow around to play the ball. Now it's Salford keeping it tight as the forwards put the shoulder in, trying to crash their way through. OKR moving up very quickly there. And Salford have lost ground, but they don't put the man down and let him go. Moved up well into the line and then lost the advantage. Kick behind the defence, Fairburn watching it roll over the dead ball line, so we'll come back to the 25 for the tap. Bit of a nameless kick and giving possession back to Rovers, but Rovers once more in their own 25. 12 minutes gone, the score 6-0. Rovers playing rather crude, bashing stuff, coming one man at a time, trying to no combined football at all, balls stuffed up the jerseys. Salford causing the Salford defence no problems at all really as Watkinson runs it. McTighe, Watkinson slips the ball when, but Salford coming in hard and fast and in trouble. Brown once again, this is the second time he's been cautioned this afternoon. Referee will award the penalty. Too high, says the referee, signals it quite graphically. Bishop finds touch, not a lot of ground game, but it's safely into touch. So Watkinson will restart just outside his own half. Like rotting stags, these packs, as they go into each other, meeting each other head on. McTighe coming in, ball's gone loose, been shoveled back, still loose on the floor, and eventually it's been dropped on by Salford after some rather loose play. Now it's Salford who are finding it hard to get out of the grasp of the defence as McTighe comes up from behind to play the ball. Little dummy. Just a couple of yards again, a lot of mauling going on in the tattle as Kearns comes over now. Kearns moving it on to Brown. Brown kicks behind the defence, rolling, and that's a good kick from inside his own half. Finds it 12 yards out from the Rovers line. Salford having this game territorially, but so far only managed to get one try on the board as Bishop brings away onto Parker. Parker trying to use a strong handoff, but Kerry hangs on to him. Fairburn coming up into the line out. Once again, the force back into the middle, but keeping the ball moving. And a good break on here by Rovers. The turn back inside. Cover defence comes over and takes them. Sullivan coming over to behind the play of the ball. Sullivan, short one inside. Miller trying to get his forwards moving as Porter comes charging in. Watkinson. Parker moving it across field. Harrison coming onto the ball strongly, but not denting the Salford defence at the moment. Armstrong turning it inside. Rovers trying to keep the ball moving among the forwards. Quick play of the ball. Kick behind the defence. Evans going back for it. Sits up very nicely for him inside his own 25. Evans dummies to kick, coming cross field. Gets his pass in, a rather wild one. Long overhead one onto Hadley. Hadley puts his shoulder down, charges forward. Kerry from behind the play of the ball. Short one inside. Gibson from behind the play of the ball. A penalty for offside. Referee judging that Armstrong moved up too quickly. Long kick by Williams, finds it 10 yards outside the 25. McTighe doing a dummy run. Long pass coming out. Gibson going down the middle. Dies with it just outside the 25. Comes out onto Kearns. Kearns a short one. To Blees. Blees gets his pass into Williams. Quickly out to Hadley. Hadley, little shimmer. Comes the line. He must be in. And he dives. And he's in at the corner. Good finishing by Hadley after a strong run by Blees. He gave a little shimmy as if he was coming inside and then took them on the outside. Good strong finishing by Hadley. Hadley now makes it 10 points to 0. Quite a pile of sand as he makes the tee for the ball. It's only a foot in from the touchline. Fletcher for the third time. Belts it low and hard into the 25. Taken cleanly. Salford probably with the tails up a little bit now, fighting for a top 8 place. When they've been going through that terrible patch. Evans grovelling his way forward from behind the play of the ball. Back to Williams. Once again, Williams hoists it high and straight over the right into the spectators. So we're back into the 25. Scrum down, says the referee. It wasn't the last battle, but it will be. Bishop to feed. Bishop gets it out, goes round the narrow side. And the ball's gone loose and it's snapped up by Evans. Onsure handling by Hull KR behind the post, makes present of it. Oro keeping the ball moving. McTighe from behind the play of the ball, a little switch to Kearns. Kearns bringing it back into the middle, ducking under tackle. He's eventually bounced down by Porter. Once again for the kick. Back to Williams. Sullivan having to backpedal for it. Takes it clean in his own 25. Hadley going in. He bounces off Hadley, but disappears underneath Blees. Once again, back on the Hull KR 25. Forwards, put the shoulder down, charge in, bump and bounce into each other. Ball drops as he's going in. And somehow one senses an atmosphere that OKR feel that they're not going to win. Ball stuck in the pack. Kearns having a job getting it out. Referee will order a re-scrum. Kearns trying to heave that ball out. They had struck it, but it was locked. Neither side could heal. No. And the packs are all over the place. Very untidy scrummaging. This time it's out quickly, and the referee not happy with the scrummaging. Gives the penalty against Watkinson for feet up. Brown just stabs at it, finds touch, 20 yards out from the line. McTighe to restart with the tap. Once again we get these bullocking, barging forwards. Round the narrow side, a switch of direction. Salford now in a strong attacking position. OKR getting ready to come out quickly. The ball's lobbed slowly along the line. Not good passing, and as a result, it's knocked on. Inaccurate passing, slow passing, and so Bishop to feed. Bishop gets it out well. The penalty for offside at the scrum. And this is an untidy, scrappy game at the moment. As Fletcher called over to kick for touch. Kicking cross field, he's nearer to this touchline than the far one, but he elected to kick over to the far touchline. Doesn't gain a lot of ground, but he finds touches. Watkinson takes the tap. No imagination at all in this play. It's just hard grafting stuff. Miller trying to crash his way through, and met by the Salford forwards. He plays it to himself. The referee having a little word. Gives the penalty against Salford for being offside as the ball was played forward. Tempers fraying a little bit as Bishop hoists a high, good kick up to the 25 line. That was a good kick by Bishop. Now, what can OKR pull out? Just charging forward. Crowd liked it, but rather crude stuff, and the ball's played forward. He's trying to batch his way over. Touch judges on, an incident right over in the far corner. 10 yards out from the line. You often get tempers fraying when these forwards keep taking each other on and belting into each other hard. Trying to sort each other out. Long chat with the touch judge. Riot at me in red. Penalty to Hull KR. 10 yards out from the line. And a bounce back. That was strong, vigorous tackling. And makes a mess of the play of the ball. Sign of a team out of form. Nothing going right for them. Trying to play the ball forward. Over eager, knocked on. Kearns to feed. Bishop's 1-1 against the head. Referee signalling that it's the first tackle as the ball spread along the line. Salford move up quickly. And Hull KR stultified, snubbed out. Hull getting ready to make a substitute. Beale getting ready to come on, and the ball's gone loose. Dropped on by Salford. Referee says it's Bishop to feed, not taken cleanly. And Porter hurt. Rovers in possession now from that scrum. Sullivan to Miller. Miller, long pass to Parker. Parker moving it across and the gap opens up, but Harrison can't get through it as it's closed. Parker from behind to play the ball. OKR forward coming it strongly now, driving hard for the Salford line. And once again the ball's been lost and knocked on. Knocked on first by Kingston Rovers, then knocked on by Salford. Beale coming on as substitute for Porter. Big hefty forward, there's no shortage of bulk there as he goes onto the blind side. Kearns feed, running it away, a long wide pass out to Kerry. Kerry running back into the pack, putting his head down, running into the forwards as they break up. And an offence in the tackle gives the penalty to Salford, and these forwards are certainly dishing it out to each other. There are no prisoners being taken in this, between these two packs. As Williams, left-footed, long-ranging kick, touch judge. Goes right up to the halfway line, so McTighe will start on the halfway line. Once again, head down and in. 5 forwards in, and this game could well erupt. The trouble arising there. Touch judge is coming on to help the referee, and well, the Bonnie fighters, and they are footballers at the moment. And nearly the whole of the Rovers pack piled into the tattle there. And unless the referee is very firm here, this game is going to erupt into a brawl. Been several nasty incidents in the tattle. Crowd screaming for a dismissal. And it looks, I can't see any card being shown. I don't know whether it's a sin bin or a dismissal. And Beale is also being spoken to. And Beale is coming off as well. So one from each side. Beale, of course, has hardly been on 3 minutes. So Brown, who's been in a lot of trouble, comes off. Been already cautioned twice. And Beale accompanies him, so it's 12 versus 12 as Rovers on Salford 25, coming at it hard, fighting for the dear life here. Going back in possession as they lob the ball slowly across the field. Drive through by Watkinson from acting half-back. 15 yards out. Rovers now with the best chance, slipping the ball through, but eventually they're absolutely smothered. Arms are locked, can't get the ball out, but Rovers now hot on the attack, 10 points behind. Spraying it out wide, and Salford moving into the line out quickly. Referee signalling that 5 tackles have gone. They come round with a quick kick, but all that bounced very fortunately for Salford. And the referee says there was an offence in the play of the ball. He said he was dumping him down after the tackle had been given, so a bit of relief for Salford. Peter Williams doesn't gain a lot of ground, he gets it into touch. And now McTighe coming up with the tap. Oro gains his 10 yards. Rovers trying to heave at the ball, and McTighe comes up again looking for support, and still tight in the forwards. Comes out onto Hadley. Hadley trying to beat them on the outside. Bishop comes over to take him. Blees from behind the play of the ball. Kearns moving it across field. Kerry a long one. And now it's Salford who move back there, but they spread the ball well across the field that time. McTighe now handing it on. Little grubber kick. Better than a pass. as it goes out to Hallis on the wing. He plays it quickly, and Rovers a little bit slow behind the play of the ball, getting into position. And the forwards come charging in again, slipped very nicely. An overhead kick and a chase for the line. Gibson's going there, the ball fly kicked and kicked over the dead ball line. Gibson under a lot of pressure, just managed to get to it first and belted it dead, as it was well chased by Hallis. He caused a lot of trouble in the Salford ranks there. Nicely slipped, and Hallis coming through very, very well. Just beaten the final second. A high nod kick, not take cleanly, but it didn't go forward as Parker runs it out, runs into the middle, bounces into McTighe. Watkinson, short one onto Miller. Miller slips it well. The Rovers pack getting it together at the moment. And it's been dropped by O'Brien. The referee going to give him off? No, he's going to give the knock on. Yes, he gave him the offside. Penalty just outside the 25. Kearns with the tap to Hadley. Hadley coming down the middle, has his feet taken from under him. Just when he looks as if he was through, McTighe out to Kearns. Kearns holding it, trying to make a break, comes inside and he's absolutely buried. Little overhead kick from Salford, but it's well covered. On to Fairburn. Fairburn trying to run it out, and his legs are taken from under him. Back in his own 25. Salford grafting it in hard, and Rovers coming at them equally hard. But big, strong forwards. Still going, that powerful, determined running by the Rovers forwards. And groans from the crowd with that ineffective play from Parker. Parker turns it back inside. And Miller made a lovely break, still going. Coming onto it well, doing a lot of hard work. Miller goes down in the fifth tattle. Dummy from overhead kick is well covered by Salford. They should have this easily. Little dummy run there. Salford dive with it on their own 25. And both sides are giving us a lot of one man at a time rugby. Once again, it's charging forwards by forward, ball tucked underneath the armpit. Ball's played forward and charged. Referee lets it go, and there's a break on here. They have support. Cover comes across, he beats it beautifully, and he's over under the post. And once again, it's that man Kerry backing up. They ploughed the way forward, on the forwards. The ball was played forward and it caught the Rovers defence napping. And once again, Kerry goes over right by the post to make it 14 points to 0. 34 minutes gone. Now he has a chance to kick the goal after his own try. Easy one should be, and it's over. 16 points to 0. This is a good lead for Salford coming up to half-time. About 5 minutes still to go of this first half, and another substitution being made. Robinson is going on, and Harrison is coming off. So it looks rather a big difference in size here. Harrison, big forward, and Robinson coming on in place of Harrison. I think that's going to mean a change round in the in the pack. Deep kick. Taken in the in-goal area. Evans bounced down. They hang on to his ankles as Salford come driving away from the play of the ball. McTighe just outside his own 25 and he got a penalty. Referee said there was hassle at the play of the ball. And Salford, Peter Williams, a high kick. Pushes Rovers back into their own half. Kearns coming up. Herbert goes charging forward. McTighe. And a little dart on his own, against 10 yards of ground. Kearns turning it inside from the play of the ball. And McTighe, long ball out, not a good pass. Williams dummies, goes inside, pushing them away. Good handing off by Williams. On to McTighe, who juggles with it, ball goes backwards. Referee said no, it's been a knock on, a bit of juggling with the ball. So it's come down just outside the Rovers 25 and it will be Rovers to feed. Robinson, who's gone to scrum half. And the ball's all over the place, it's loose. Been fly kicked back and Salford have it. Williams being smothered. McTighe from the play of the ball doing a little dummy, driving over the 25 line. Kearns from behind the play of the ball. Switch moved. Couldn't get shut of the ball as McTighe moves it across. Kearns holding it and Rovers come in defending well, pushing Salford back as Salford just move across the 25 line. Long ball coming across the field. There's a break on. Braga unable to get through. Goes down in the fifth tattle. Horo going hard for the line. Turns it inside. And that's Stither over. Another try to Salford as Peter Williams goes over. Salford kept the ball moving for the last couple of minutes of this half. Robinson has gone to scrum half. Not been quite yet able to fathom out who's gone into the pack after Harrison was brought off. Kerry, 12 yards in from the touchline, stabs at it, and it's there, 22 points to nil. That's a tremendous lead for Rovers to have to try to pull back. In fact, they've hardly ever looked like crossing the Salford try line. Put a lot of effort in, a lot of it misguided, but they've tried hard, but most ineffectively, mostly forward at a time, banging the way through. Evans charging in. Put down by Bishop. McTighe coming through from the play of the ball. Gets the ball moving. Salford not down with it, and they're having trouble putting the men down. OKR, they're coming into the tackle but not bouncing them down there as Fletcher came in. Ball's played forward and another plunge. Beale coming in to help with the defending. Kearns from behind the play of the ball, says referee, looked at the touch judge, said it'd been dropped in the tackle. Right on the stroke of normal time. Ball's in, Robinson out, onto Parker, Parker onto Fairburn, and Fairburn's taken man and ball. Bishop it is who's gone into the pack as Parker now sends a long pass out, gets onto the wing, onto Hallis, Hallis kicks through, and it goes into touch. Well, it looks as if Bishop could well have gone into the pack. Just watching to see where they go to pack down. Yes, Bishop has gone to loose forward. Miller has gone into the And it's Miller who's got hold of the ball in the scrum half position. Puts it in. And it's picked up by Salford forward. Second row man breaking and bringing it away well. Well, if they're putting... Salford player out on the floor as McTighe hands it inside. Evans nearly through, knocked down to the ground. Feet taken from under him. Flung back, Williams into the 25. There should be no problem for Hallis and Fairburn, and it's Fairburn who takes it inside to Hallis. A lot of blue jerseys up to defend, and Hallis stopped dead in his tracks. And the referee penalising Salford said it was too high tattle. Bishop bangs it into touch. 10 yards short of the halfway line. Watkinson, short one. Very pedestrian attacking from Hull KR. McTighe coming in hard, takes his man. Robinson going back into the centre, smothered, and there goes the hooter for a rather undistinguished half. Not brilliant football played, but occasionally Salford have come through with a little flair, a little bit more flair than the Rovers have thrown, and the points are on the board to prove it. And so the score at half-time, Hull KR 0, Salford 22. The players come up for the 10-minute break.
Rugby League, the greatest game in the world. Since the first Great Britain tour in 1910, it's been the ambition of every player to tour Australia and New Zealand with the famous Lions. This is the story of just some of the great players who have achieved the honour, the games in which they played, and the flood of memories behind their achievements.
To go straight at him, knowing he'd pass it, he must pass it, and then come away at the same time, you see, and it finished up in my hands. And then it's 75 yards to go, and pop it over the line. It happened in less than half a minute or so.
I had to appear on the Monday night before the disciplinary committee. And I said, you knew what was going out there. Told that Tommy Blake. Phillips was giving everybody stick. I mean, their eyes were coming out and broken noses and boof, and what he flew over the head twice. He said, yeah, I sent you off for missing, you mug, he said. He was the referee. If I'd have whacked him, I would have been all right, I think.
They'll look back on a golden past, and these British Lions also look forward to a new era when successors in the most coveted jersey of all will carry on the finest traditions of the game.
Well, good afternoon, welcome to Central Park. Here we see the pre-match entertainment. One man and his dog. Question all the crowd are asking this afternoon is, will he catch this dog before 3 o'clock? Another 20 minutes left. I'm sure Wigan are such a go-ahead club. They've watched the Australians, studied their pre-match entertainment, and this is what they have to offer for us this afternoon. Shepherded him over to the corner. Oh, the dog's had enough. He doesn't want to play with him anymore. Off he goes to take his position in the press box.
So, with a lead of 22 points, Salford prepare to start the second half. Kerry kicking deep, taken cleanly by the Rovers. Solid line of blue jerseys moves up to pin Rovers down again in the 25. Struggle there a lot this afternoon. And again, Beale puts his head down, charges in, referee on the spot, sees the ball dropped as he goes into the tattle, and so will scrum down, and it will be Kearns to feed. Out Kearns, making a break from the scrum. Robinson in quickly to seal the gap. Kearns doing the run around. And Rovers come driving in hard. Pushing Salford back in possession. McTighe doing a little switch onto Brown. Brown trying to crack his way through. Back to McTighe. McTighe out to Kearns. Kearns dummying, changing direction. Lobs a high one, which is dangerous. Herbert moves it across. Come up into the attack, looking for a return pass. Ball's dropped as they go down, and Salford have possession. Robinson hanging on to it as if it's so precious. And this is very close, tight stuff as Watkinson throws it back. The advantage of the wind. The kick through. Hadley gets it out. Gibson's backing up on the inside, and that was a good change round. Gibson still going, put down 15 yards out. Quick turnabout there after that kick. Salford now spraying it across the field. Brown, a long lob pass which has gone astray. Blease couldn't take it, but there's cover there, keeping him. McTighe handing it on, bringing Evans inside. Evans going hard for the line, turns it inside. Salford driving up to the line now, held 10 yards out. Brown waiting behind the play, the ball, sends a long pass across, goes on to Kearns. Kearns a long pass which is nearly intercepted, goes out to Hadley. Hadley coming inside. And Salford right on the line, keeping the ball moving, but it's OKR who have it. Ball flung up in the air. OKR glad to have that right on their own try line now. Got the hard job of bringing it out of the danger zone. OKR coming charging the way out of trouble, are swung down and round. Nicely picked up off the floor. Ball's gone loose, referee says play on, it was off his knee as Hallis comes over behind the play of the ball. Lobs it back, and once again we have the kick. Evans is back, it goes beyond him and runs away from him, and that's a fantastic kick. No fault of Evans, but it was way behind him. It hit the ground and it rolled down. A strong wind blowing down from behind the Rovers, and it puts them up in a good attacking position now. 10 yards out from the Salford line. And Salford have won it. Salford have lost it. Robinson quickly against the head as Miller was charging forward onto Parker. Parker running crossfield, lets it go, and it's been intercepted, and we have a chase for the line. A length of the field wall, and it looks as if Salford could win it. They had support, they couldn't keep it going, and that was great cover defence. But Salford now have an overlap of 6 as they move it out. Decide to go down the middle, goes out onto Hadley. Hadley coming inside, and Rovers have backpedaled well to cover the defence there after that intercept, and driven it right down to the other end of the ground. Salford holding it, and they've lost ground as OKR come out like greyhounds out of the trap. They're moving out quickly. Kearns holding it, switching it back into the centre. Now it's Salford who are keeping it close and tight. Kearns, a little switch of direction. Ball's been dropped. Kearns picks it up. The referee's going to give the knock on. Gibson recovered after attention after that surging, sweeping move down the field. Salford lost a couple with their own put in this time. OKR, make no mistake, Watkinson, of course, a very seasoned, very experienced hooker, and he's got some big forwards around him to help him in the tight scrum. Bishop being swung round, Bishop now having moved into the pack. Oh, spreading it across the field, but managing to keep the ball moving. Good play by OKR, charging up to the halfway line. Kept the ball moving well. Watkinson hands it on. Miller, a long one across the field onto Park. A little overhead kick covered by Hadley. Hadley takes it, coming across field. Hadley running it out, but he's running very, very wide. He's not making any ground. Eventually tries to duck through the tattles, and he's buried head net. Met by Armstrong, and he's feeling that as it comes to Evans. Evans puts his shoulder in, big strong wingman. McTighe from behind to play the ball onto Kearns. Kearns hands it on. Brown hands it on. And Salford coming in quickly, but Salford are still driving forward, and there's somebody in trouble. Referee none too happy with the tattle. Has a word with Fletcher. Awards the penalty to Salford. 5 yards inside the Salford half. Referee says it was a high tattle. And that's a good kick, finds touch. And I think Gibson is coming off. Not Gibson, Fairburn is coming off. And Porter coming back off. Well, that's a funny swap. We've got both subs are on at the moment for OKR. Fairburn must have got injured, and now it's Salford who are in possession inside the 25. McTighe switch back inside. The forward driving in hard, looking for support. The referee's going to fling them back for a forward pass. And somebody's opened the mouth, I think. I have a feeling that Beale has said something, and it's a penalty right in front of the post. OKR wanting to substitute, wanting to bring Porter back on for George Fairburn. The referee going to make them wait. So the OKR team getting very disorganised with players getting hurt, and scrum half already playing in the forwards. Now we're bringing another forward on to substitute for the full-back. Straight kick for Kerry. 8 minutes gone of the second half. Straight kick. 20 yards out. He stabs at it, and that makes it 24. OKR once more to kick off from right to left. Gibson, long striding fullback, coming very well. Eventually disappears under a mass of KR defenders. And a penalty for lying on in the tattle.
Is it the first time you've seen
Got a lot of ground gained again, but Kearns to restart. Kearns behind his forwards. Miller coming in hard into the tattle again. As Kearns hands it on to Brown. Brown running cross field, plays it quickly to McTighe. Salford playing this game quicker now and denting the Hull KR defenders, bringing it up to the halfway line. Brown kicks deep behind the defence, and that's a long rolling kick. And a good kick indeed by Brown. Gets a tremendous amount of territory for his team and pushes Hull KR back to within 10 yards of their own try line. Robinson to feed. Robinson bringing it away, gets it out, short pass. Eager beavers of Salford defenders come tearing in quickly. And Hull KR finding it very hard as Porter took that. Finding it hard to make ground. Beale now dragging his way up to the 25 line. Watkinson moves it across. Long pass has made an opening and an overlap. The cover comes across. Well, that was better play from Hull KR. Now they're coming on to it, attacking, but it's been intercepted. Nothing going right for Rovers at the moment. Salford die with it on the halfway line. McTighe going through from acting halfback, ploughs his way forward, 10 yards of ground gained. Out to Horo, Horo dumming, turning and twisting, Horo still taking them on, still drive, gets his pass in. Referee bringing them back for a forward pass as Horo slipped that very nicely. The referee said it was forward. Braga coming on to that well, but brought back for the forward pass. Ball's out to Rovers, looking for Parker. Parker moving it across field. On to Bishop. Bishop coming inside, managed to get his pass in. On to Porter. Porter trying to drive up to the halfway line. Watkinson from behind to play the ball. On to Miller. Miller slips it beautifully, and there's a break on the Hull KR as Gibson comes across. Takes Armstrong low and puts him down surely. Robinson doing the runaround. Now turning it on well, and Salford having to backpedal us. Hull KR attacked well then. Still trying to drive towards the line. McTighe doesn't take his man. Rovers going for the line, and the hold back inches short of the line. And they've lost possession. Just when it looks as if we're going to get the first try, the ball's lost. And Salford now probably play it steady for the 6 tackles to bring it away. Oro driving forward, still on his feet, looking to get shut. Missing out McTighe. Salford fighting the way up to the 25 line. McTighe lobs it back, change of direction. Williams kicks. It's a low one straight to Hallis. Hallis cutting in field. Braga hangs on to him, helped by Evans, and he has to go down. O'Brien from behind to play the ball, turning and twisting, going inside, and his pass was nearly intercepted. He tried to get it out to Porter. Porter did well to take it. Watkinson moving it inside onto Beale. Beale trying to batter his way forward. Miller, short one. Watkinson on the 25 line, on the Salford 25, goes round the narrow side, gets it out, an overhead kick, and it's been chased, and it's Porter who's there to dive on it. So Hull KR get the first points. Looked as if Hallis should have got there, or Lydiate, with a little bit of obstruction. The referee let play carry on, and there's a lot of harsh words being said among the Salford defenders behind the try line, but Hull KR developed that attack very well down the narrow side of the field, and Porter was there backing up well to fall on the ball over the line. 24 points to 4. KR 6, Salford 24. Right up to the try line and made a real mess of it. Not taken cleanly, it bounced off him and into the touching goal, so OKR will have to give possession back to Salford as they drop out from underneath their own post. Gibson coming up to the halfway line, running a bit wide, gets his pass in. Salford quite happy to die with it. Braga coming up to behind the play of the ball. Turns it inside, tight again in the forwards. Blees, bit of a wasted tackle as Hallis comes in to take him. Braga waiting behind the play of the ball. Braga moves it across Kearns onto Kerry, and a wild pass. Williams stumbling as he receives it. That was untidy, scrappy play by Salford. Gibson's up in the attack, going through from acting half-back, getting the ball moving. Forwards powering forward under an overlap here as they turn it inside to Hadley. Hadley going over the 25 line. McTighe, a long one, coming out to the right, lobbed across, keeping it moving, comes on to Blees, Blees driving forward, and he's taken in the sixth tackle. He's going to have to hand it over. Okay, inside their own 25, Watkinson, short one inside. Salford forward, hurling Hull KR back as Watkinson once again on his own 25, down the narrow side, onto to Beale. Beale trying to drive through. Watkinson to Porter. Porter easily taken out. Watkinson coming through, turning the ball back inside. Miller's through. They're hanging on to him, managed to get his pass on to Porter. Porter being chased onto Armstrong, out onto the wingman. The wingman chasing it. They're over the try line. Oh, I don't think he grounded it. Referee looks at the touch shot, decides he knocked on over the line. Hallis couldn't put it down properly. The break was made. Bit of misfortune there for Hull KR. Couldn't ground the ball. It was kicked over the line, and Evans is in among the forwards. Drives his way 10 yards. McTighe coming up to act in half-back. And Salford have knocked on a dive for the ball. Referee give the knock on if Salford have it, and they have, so we some untidy, inaccurate passing by Salford, letting them down a little bit at the moment. Out to Parker. Parker, Kerry hanging on to him, takes him and puts him down. Bishop waiting for the play of the ball. Bishop hands it on. Dummy from Miller, makes a lovely break. Miller, beautiful dummy from Miller. Great driving run by Miller. Took the ball from the play of the ball, coming on it very powerfully. Driving hard shoulder, an outrageous, fantastic dummy, which the whole of Salford bought to make it now 24-10. And Hull KR staging a revival. We're halfway through this second half, just 20 minutes gone. And he makes no mistake. That puts them within 12 points of Salford. Salford 24, Hull KR 12. Well, it looked a monumental task at half-time, but Salford struggling in this half, and Hull KR coming back with great determination, great character, pull back 12 points. Kerry. Taken cleanly this time. Porter has been off once, come back on again, coming in hard. He's been in the thick of it since he came back on. These Hull KR forwards playing with great determination, and they've been taking a bit of stingo out of as Watkinson turning and twisting, caught in possession. But the Hull KR forwards have been giving Salford a bit of stick in the second half. Now they're turning it back inside to Porter. Miller is having a great game, bringing them in the middle, and Hull KR coming hard into the Salford half, go down in the fifth tattle. Robinson kicks and it's covered by Hadley, puts his shoulder in and goes down, easily taken out. On to Gibson, and not Gibson, it's in the forwards. And a penalty to Salford. A lot of players being caught with this. When the ball's being played forward, they're at the side of the man. The Chargers standing at the side, not in front, and they're being penalised. Peter Brown bangs it into touch, 10 yards inside the Hull KR half. McTighe. Salford now trying to draw the defenders in. Kearns is very close, and it's Kearns who has it, sends a long pass across the field, and it's gone astray, but Bragger picks it up. Bragger going hard, good run by Bragger, taken from behind, well tackled by Miller. Kerry coming over to act in half-back. Kerry going on his own, taking them up to the 25 line. Bragger waiting behind to play the ball. Hands it on to Brown. Brown hands it across, doing the run around. Oral pass has been knocked down. Beale coming through, couldn't take it cleanly. It was right in the Salford line out. He'd moved up quickly, knocked the ball down. And so it should be Kearns to feed. Backs all over the place. And Hull KR again, won another one against the head. Doing well in the tight scrums as Robinson is swung down and round. That's at least 3 that Hull KR have won against the put-in. And they slipped it and they've broken through again. Miller going hard for that, Robinson going hard for the line. Goes down 15 yards out. And Salford penalised for lying on in the tackle. Well, Hull KR are finding this second half, are finding the gaps, making the gaps in the Salford defence. Are cutting through cleanly and backing up well. Beale going to take the tap. And Fletcher decides he's going to kick for goal. "25 minutes gone, 12 points in it. As Fletcher sets it up. Just outside the 25. 9 yards in from the touchline. Clock stopped. Important kick this for Hull KR. Stabs at it and he's pulled it, he's hooked it, so it'll be a drop out from the 25 with still 12 points between these two teams as we come into the last 15 minutes. Deep kick, beautifully taken. Up to the halfway line, Sullivan plays the ball, and again the forwards taking them on. Watkinson moving it across, and they're finding the gaps as Parker goes dancing his way through, runs into McTighe, and McTighe bounces him down, but Salford are struggling now as Hull KR playing with great fire and determination and making the gaps. Porter up behind the play the ball, gets it out to Beale. Beale being taken and smothered on the 25 line. 5 tackles gone, says the referee, as Watkinson moves it inside. And Bishop hoists a high, dangerous one. Gibson can't take it cleanly. And Salford are going to be judged offside. Gibson couldn't take it cleanly, got hurt. And once again they're going to try for goal. Now this is considerably easier. It's 12, 13 yards out, almost dead straight, slightly to the left of the post, as Fletcher comes up. Once again, ball falls over. And it's over, and Salford going to make a substitution. Gibson coming off and Bentley coming on, with a score now 24-14. Bentley going to the full-back position. Gibson having got hurt in that tackle. It will be Kerry once more, and Hull KR come back into this game extremely well, fighting for the very survival, and it's straight into touch, so it's a penalty from the centre of the field. Bishop, and they're having a discussion, and he's going to have a go for goal. Right on the halfway line, dead straight kick. Well, Salford getting somewhat demoralised at the moment. Hull KR tails up, coming at them hard. Fletcher, long kick, but a straight one. Hoists it high, and it's nowhere near target, and rolls dead, so it will be a dropout from the 25. OKR. Brown coming up to take the dropouts. Belts it hard, been trapped. Robinson gets a few yards. Porter from behind to play the ball. Tight in the forwards as Miller turns and twists and he's keeping it moving. Salford whipping it up. It comes back onto Beale. They drive the way into the Salford 25, and OKR are really turning it on now as they and eventually they're snuffed out. And the referee gives a penalty for stealing the ball in the tackle. Well, Salford, are they going to throw this one away? And he's going to kick for goal. They've come right back into it. 14 points, a chance here for another 2. Gets this, there'll only be 8 points between them. Fletcher. Right over in the middle, 24 points to 16. As we come into the last 10 minutes of this game. And Salford are completely and utterly subdued at the moment. Hull KR right on top. It seemed an impossibility at half-time. They could come back into this game, but they have done. They played with great determination, and a lot of it's stemming from Miller, who's set up some great attacks. Salford standing watching them a little bit, and the ball's gone loose. There's an overlap on the wing, and they can get it going as they drive to the line, going straight and forward and playing it safe and secure. 12 yards out. Ball tucked up the jumper again. Salford still 10 yards from the Hull KR line. Probably play the 6 tattles. Long lob pass. Quickly out onto Blease. Blease going inside, still on his feet. Gets a bad pass out. And it rolls into touch. Tried to get it out to Evans on the wing and it didn't come off. Miller puts it in. Miller gets it out, coming away strongly. Parker snuffed out as he gets possession. OKR still in their own 25, trying to dance their way out of trouble, get outside the 25. OKR turning it on now, switched it back inside to Porter. Porter has worked extremely hard since he came back on, and he's lost the ball. Salford have it, running towards the touchline, could be in trouble. Evans waiting for the play of the ball. Evans to Herbert. Herbert tries to onto Evans. Evans turns it inside onto Braggan. He's followed from behind and put down. McTighe wanting a quick play of the ball. Gets his line moving quickly. It goes out onto Kearns. Kearns holding it. And Williams snuffed out as he receives it. Man and ball taken together. OKR defending well. Ball's thrown back and loose. Flipped back inside. Long lob pass. Salford trying to crash the way through, have to die with it. McTighe coming over. Up to Bentley, joined in the attack. Bentley holding it, gets it. Salford still on the feet. Keeping it moves, it goes to McTighe. McTighe's pass rolls along the ground. Ball's loose, been knocked down and flung back. And the referee's going to give the knock on. 7 minutes of this game still remaining. 24 points to 16. 8 points separating these two teams. Parker, a long ball across. Salford failing in the tackling. A great break by OKR. Turn it inside. And eventually they're snuffed out. That was a good attack. OKR playing with great fire and determination now, trying to break through, and they are breaking through. Peel screaming for a quick play of the ball, wanted to get on with it, gets it out. Robinson moves it across. Salford moving quickly, and they're still keeping the ball going. And Salford not burying the men. OKR intent on keeping it going. They're fighting for the life here, trying to get more points on the board. Switch back inside. Salford waiting, the Salford defence waiting for the attack coming up to them. Porter coming up now from behind the play of the ball. Wrong pass has been intercepted, not been taken cleanly. Referee says it's gone back. Salford will be happy to die with the ball, I think, and play out the 6 tattles as McTighe, short pass. Brown puts his shoulder in. McTighe waiting behind the play of the ball. Salford forwards hanging on to it. McTighe to Kearns. Kearns moving it across, and it's still tight in the forwards as Oro comes driving in. Plays it to himself, and he's penalised for not playing it correctly. About 5 minutes to go, 8 points in it. Salford giving away foolish penalties. Been a lot of penalties to Hull KR in this last quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. Fletcher with a straight kick. 34 yards out from the try line, stabs at it. And it's over. 24 points to 18. 6 points separating these teams. They've come right back into the game. A tremendous fight back from OKR. Porter, who's worked so hard since he's come back on, playing his heart out, has to die with it just inside his own 25. These Hull KR forwards have really grafted in this second half. Driving in McTighe, who loves them. They're letting them put the ball. They're not putting the men down, and Hull KR keeping this ball moving. Watkinson just outside his own 25, flings it back for the kick. Bentley going back for it, traps it in his own 25. He's on his own, not very big, he's bounced down. Hadley coming over. Comes crossfield, quite happy to die with it, keep the possession, playing out the minutes. McTighe to Kearns, Kearns on his own 25. O'Brien in quickly. Salford finding it very hard to bring the ball away as Kearns comes up to act in half-back. Round the narrow side, Blease fighting for his yards, goes down in the fifth tattle. And it's Brown it goes to, belts it down the field, and it's been knocked on. Lydiot couldn't take it cleanly, knocked it on just outside his own 25. So it will be Kearns to feed. And Hull KR have done very well in the tight scrum this afternoon. They've won quite a few against the head. Shoots straight out the scrum and they've lost another one. Robinson falls on it. Hull KR breaking through and followed from behind. Park moves it across fields, an overlap on the far side. Williams run the Hull KR not letting this ball die. They're throwing it about as if it's red hot. Ball's gone loose and been knocked on. Referee lets play go on as Salford regain possession. The last seconds of normal time as McTighe lobs it inside. Kearns switches it inside. Brown driving the ball forward. McTighe to Kearns. Kearns a long one. And the break's on as Blease comes through. He had support with him. He can get it to Evans. Lobs it inside. The referee says it's a forward pass. And now we're into stoppage time. Been quite a few stoppages, so we'll still have to fight, and it will be. Robinson to put it in. They've done very well in the tight scrum. The packs have missed each other completely, and the penalty's given to Hull KR for Salford not going in straight. And that's a good kick. 10 yards inside the Salford half. Watkinson, short pass onto Armstrong. Armstrong being held up. Watkinson to Beale. Beale taking them on. There's 6 points separating these teams now. Referee not giving the penalty, letting the advantage go. And the break's on. And he's snuffed out. O'Brien taken out 10 yards short of the line, but it's all Hull KR at the moment as Hallis drives forward. No place for faint hearts. This is a long pad. It's been dropped, and Salford fall on the ball 10 yards out. And he's not getting up. The referee wanting the ball played. It's played back to McTighe. McTighe a short one. Tight in the forwards. Bragger waiting behind the play of the ball. Once again, the Salford forwards pulling away out of the 25. McTighe waiting first pass. But the pass is not given, just grovelling the way forward, hanging on to the ball. Watkinson pulling and heaving and thrusting, trying to get possession as McTighe comes up to act in half-back. McTighe to Kearns. Kearns passes it on. Brown goes down with it in the fifth tattle. Will be lining up now for the kick as Kearns comes up. Back for Williams. Williams hoists it deep. It's covered. And it goes behind Bishop's head. Bishop has to go back. Doesn't pick it up cleanly. The referee says play on. It's gone back. And the blue jerseys are up there to hold them. And there goes the hooter. Well, Salford must have been quaking in the shoes there as they had to hang on by the fingernails, but they managed to hold out for a valuable 2 points after a great fight back by Hull KR, and so the players come off with the final score: Salford 24, Hull KR 18. This is your commentator John McDermott, hoping you've enjoyed this video shot for you by Philip Oakes and Micron Electric of Gidler Lane, Wigan.
Take 4 up.